Hello, I'm Chad DeFrays with Jager Pro. In this segment, we'll take a look at a project that's taking place on 650 acres of Georgia timberland. The area doesn't receive much pressure from humans, except for occasional forestry work and a few deer hunters during the deer season. Due to this lack of pressure and its proximity to agriculture, this area is serving as a sanctuary for pigs that are negatively affecting the farms in the area.
Let's start by taking a look at the scouting results, how the first site was selected, and how we removed a couple of sounders using the mine trapping system over a period of several weeks. Reconnaissance was performed to identify roads and locate water. Food plots were identified and scanned for damage. The area most heavily affected was identified, highlighted here in red. A more detailed search was conducted, revealing wallows, rubs, and bedding near the heaviest damage. Many of the well-used trails crossed in or around this food plot, so a feeder and an ice camera were employed to begin collecting data on the size and composition of the sounders in the area. After 7 days of watching their activity, the ice cam verifies 1 young boar, 3 adult sows, and 6 juveniles. This becomes the target group. Mature boars are not included in the count or required for 100% success due to their unpredictable nature. They will be removed later, using other means, such as QRF baiting. Several adult boars are observed following the group, but never stay for more than a day or two. A possible reason is that one of the sows may be coming into heat. Watch this boar as he makes his way through the group, checking for sows that are coming into heat. This added pressure from breeding boars might be the reason this sow brings her litter to the feeder at random times, while leaving them behind for many of the late night feedings. The sounder is now relying on the bait site as a nightly food source. In placing a set of gates held in place by T-posts allows the pigs a few nights to get comfortable with a new foreign object near their food source. For several nights there is little activity under the feeder, as they become more comfortable with the addition of the gates. Watch and listen to this pig as he indicates that he is not yet ready to trust the gates. This sow has a negative reaction as well. Baiting under the gate and pass-through baiting can be utilized to help encourage pigs to trust the gates. As you can see here, these 2 sows clean up the last bait around the gate, and one walks through the gate with no hesitation. The next step is to install the panels and the connecting rods. The final panel is moved into place and connected to the gate using a connecting rod. After the control boxes are installed, we bait under and through the gates to help encourage the pigs to trust the enclosure. This also helps condition the pigs to trust the gates and recognize them as the entry and exit points. Things are quiet for a few nights until a new sow arrives, bringing her 3 piglets. This is her first visit to the trap. They clean up the remaining bait outside the trap and then chase away 2 deer from under the feeder before entering. Even though these pigs didn't participate in the conditioning steps, they quickly become comfortable and begin feeding. For the next few nights, the group of 10 and the group of 4 feed, sometimes together, sometimes separately. Conditioning pigs to the enclosure is going well when they are comfortable enough for a nap inside the enclosure. On the 10th, the target group enters the trap, but the sow with 3 piglets is missing. I decide to give them some more time. On the 11th, the group of 10 return, but the sow with the 3 piglets is still missing, so I use my phone in the Jager Pro app to close the gates. "30 seconds later, I receive a text message from the mine camera confirming that all 10 pigs are captured. The pigs are quickly euthanized with a .22 caliber rifle, and the gates are reset. The pigs are then arranged for photos. The sow with 3 piglets from earlier this week did not return this night, but they do return the following night. They arrive just before midnight and enter with little hesitation. A M.I.N.E photo is received indicating that all 4 pigs are in the center of the trap feeding. Using the Jager Pro app, I close the gates. Shortly after closing the gates, I receive a M.I.N.E photo confirming that all 4 are captured. The pigs were euthanized and the gates are reset.
Several adult boars are the only known survivors at this time. Single boars are often unpredictable and difficult to trap, but the trap remains set and baited in case a boar wanders into the trap. For the next 2 weeks, there's no activity. On March 4th, I receive a M.I.N.E photo with 11 pigs inside the trap. I notice that 2 of the pigs are large sows, so I capitalize on the opportunity to remove these high-value targets. I close the gates using the Jager Pro app. Unfortunately, there's no footage for this unplanned event, but I feel that it's important to note that adult breeding sows are always considered high-value targets.
The reason large adult sows are considered HVTs is clear. They generally have the ability to carry more fetuses to term. This sounder of 11 could easily double in size to a sounder of 24 in just a couple of months. Let's go to the harvest efficiency report and look at the numbers. There were 3 events in 6 weeks, resulting in 100% removal of all target groups, equaling 25 pigs and 13 fetuses, using only 2.5 hours of labor for an average of 6 minutes per pig.
Well, thank you for watching this week's episode of Jager Pro, the art and science of integrated wild pig control. Army trained, combat tested, farmer approved. We'll see you next week. Call or visit us on the web to purchase the latest equipment or learn more about the process and products needed to eliminate feral pig populations on your property. Be sure to visit our YouTube channel to view our entire instructional video series. Once online, keep clicking and like the Jager Pro Hog Control Systems Facebook page. If you have a story idea or just want to leave us a comment or suggestion, feel free to email us at info@jagerpro.com.